let's go back to the Tesla story that I have. Tesla stock surges 5% as the Q2 deliveries, quote, better than feared, end quote. And that's exactly the case here. There was an official estimate that they were pretty much in line with. They were slightly lower, but they were pretty much in line with. The reason the stock traded higher is because the sentiment, the belief was so negative on Tesla that, again, this kind of comes down to the bar being really, really low. A lot of these estimates were that the bar was so low it was not going to get hit, and thus the stock was going to trade lower. When that didn't happen, the inverse happened. The stock traded higher. What happened? Tesla delivered 384,122 vehicles in Q2, with the majority of the number coming from the Tesla Model 3 and the Model Y, according to a press release from the company on Wednesday. Now, Gary Black here, who we've talked about a lot, he's been good with these. There's no shade here. In fact, the last delivery, Gary Black was probably the closest in terms of the prediction here. Tesla reported Q2 deliveries of 384K, which is minus 14% year over year, or roughly in line with Wall Street consensus. This was much better than feared, the low estimates of 355 to 360, which we indicated yesterday is likely to be a buy the news event. So again, the official estimate, it was about in line with the official estimate, but really what this came down to is that the sentiment here was just so poor, it was higher than people had expected. Veteran investor Gary Black explained in a post on social media platform X on Wednesday what could have driven Tesla's better than estimated performance. Quote, Tesla now plus 4.3% on better than feared Q2 deliveries. I like that, better than feared versus better than estimated. That's something I'll note. Black added that Tesla beat the 370K estimate predicted by him. Quote, Q2 was better than expected, led by a refreshed Model Y deliveries and strong quarter-end China deliveries. The investor noted that the strong delivery figures could lead to positive revisions to the company's 2025 delivery estimates, quote, especially with the planned elimination of the $7,500 EV credit in Trump's tax and spending bill, end quote. I like this tweet here because on the surface, this might seem like sour grapes, but honestly, he deserves credit for this. So I'm going to go ahead and read this tweet. Tesla now 4.3% on the better than feared Q2 deliveries. If one just reads the headlines, one would think Tesla missed. And this is the key point. This is the key point that I think some people didn't understand when they saw the reaction yesterday. Versus my 370K estimate, and this is what I appreciated. He threw this in here. My estimate was higher than most on X. So despite this doing better than the estimate, Gary's estimate was not as low as some of the, oh my, Tesla's going to zero crowd had out there. So shout out to him because, like I said, he has a really good track record. You can't just fault someone for being wrong on one data print. You have to look at the entire thing. Gary Black's done a really good job at that. The stock surge led by the figures could provide relief to Tesla, which has been grappling with poor sales in markets like Sweden and Norway, where sales were declined more than 60%. Tesla's Canadian auto sales also took a hit, with some researchers suggesting that the EV giant sales are, quote, close to zero in the country, end quote. The declining sales could be attributed to Musk's right-wing political views and association with Trump. The boogeyman. Interestingly, Musk said to oversee Tesla sales in US and Europe himself after close aide Ahmed Ashfar departure from Tesla, with Senior Vice President Tom Zhu said to oversee global production operations.